Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a story that's simple on the surface, but it gets to the heart of a huge question. Is just working hard enough, or is there something else we need to unlock our potential?
Okay, let's just start with this question right here, because we've all been told, right? Just work harder. But is that really the whole story? I mean, is sheer effort the only thing that gets you across the finish line? Let's unpack that with a really powerful story.
So let me introduce you to Raghu. He's a farmer in a small village, and honestly, his entire life is about putting in the work. We're talking back-breaking labor on his little plot of land from before the sun comes up to, well, after it goes down. He is the poster child for hard work.
And here's where things get really tough. Look at this comparison. On one side, you have his effort, which is just immense. Day and night, his wife working right beside him, just this endless persistence. But then you look at the other side. The results? Just heartbreaking. The soil is barren, the harvest is next to nothing, and they're in this constant struggle just to feed their 2 kids. The math just isn't adding up, you know? The effort he's putting in isn't matching the outcome.
So naturally, he hits a breaking point. I mean, who wouldn't? After another failed harvest, he just looks at his calloused hands, at his empty field, and he has to ask himself, is any of this worth it? Will all this sweat and toil ever actually lead to anything? It's a moment of just pure, raw despair.
But then, something changes. The real turning point doesn't happen out in the field. It happens in a dream. He dreams of this wise old sage, a sadhu, who shows up with a single mysterious clue. And this one clue, well, it's about to change his entire life.
And this is the message. It's so simple but so powerful. Your destiny is hidden in your field itself. The answer he's looking for isn't in some far-off place. It's not going to be some lucky break. It's literally right there, right under his feet.
So the next morning, Raghu tells his wife, and their first thought is probably what ours would be. Is there buried treasure? You know? Should we grab shovels and just start digging? But as they talked about it, they started to realize something deeper. Maybe the treasure wasn't something to be found, but something to be grown. They needed to look at their land in a totally new way.
And this is where everything flips. They took that mysterious dream and turned it into an actual plan. It all started with step 1, a huge change in mindset. They went from feeling desperate to being strategic. Then step 2, they sought out new seeds, better farming techniques. They weren't just going to repeat what failed before. Step 3 was about getting the fundamentals right, proper water, better fertilizer. And finally, step 4 tied it all together. The hard work didn't stop, but now it was smarter work. It was focused.
So they put this whole new plan into action. A full year passes. They work through all the seasons with this new strategy, this fresh mindset. So, after all that intelligent effort, what happened? What was the result?
The result was this. That very same field that was once so dry and barren was now literally overflowing with a golden harvest. I mean, look at that difference. It wasn't just a small improvement, it was a complete, life-changing transformation.
And his success started this incredible ripple effect. For the first time ever, they didn't just have enough food for themselves, they had a surplus to sell at the market. Their whole financial world changed. But it didn't stop there. Their neighbors saw what was happening and got inspired, starting to think, hey, maybe our old ways aren't the only ways.
As he was standing there, in the middle of all this abundance, it finally clicked. Raghu finally understood what the sadhu in his dream meant. The treasure was real. It just wasn't the kind of treasure he'd been expecting.
See, the real treasure wasn't gold or jewels buried in the ground. It was the potential that was there the whole time, just sleeping in his own field. The treasure was that powerful mix of his nonstop hard work and a new, smarter strategy.
And that really brings us to the main takeaway of this whole story. Hard work is absolutely essential. It's the foundation of everything. But its true power is only unlocked when you combine that persistence with a strategic mind. That combination, effort plus intelligence, that's the real secret sauce for overcoming pretty much any challenge. And so that leaves us with a final question to think about. Raghu's field was his farm. What's your field? In your job, in your life, what's that hidden treasure just waiting for you to unlock it? Not just with more effort, but with a new, smarter strategy.